Hello, my friends. Another beautiful evening, and getting ready to just settle down and relax with a nice hot cup of tea. It's cold today, and I always look forward to just ending the day with a nice hot cup of herbal tea. And today will be ginger and turmeric. Turmeric root and ginger root. I mash them, put them in some hot water, boil for about 10 minutes and let it steep. And then I strain and add a little honey, raw organic honey. And just sip on it as I relax in my living room or my bedroom or wherever and just kind of chill. And this is one such evening. And as I relax, some things come to my mind, pleasant memories, usually, and experiences. And oftentimes, my many experiences in my 25 years of nursing come to me, and I've heard so many stories, and I've had so many experiences in my many years in healthcare. I learn from them, and I share them with the hope that you too will learn from them. I love to listen to my patients. They had so many stories to tell, especially the older ones. And I love to listen to their stories. And like I said, I learn from them. So I want to tell you one of those stories tonight. And I'm hoping that you will learn from this story also, as I have also learned from these stories. The Bible, I'm a Christian and I read the Bible, and the Bible is just filled with stories. Some of them might have been true, some of them may not have been true, but the stories I tell you are true. They're stories I've heard myself, experienced myself, and and then I pass them on to you. So here we go. So in the early part of my nursing practice, I used to do home health care, where I tended to or cared for or nursed people that were chronically ill and they were home based. This one patient I'm going to be telling you about was had Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a neuromuscular disease that eventually leave your muscles totally wasted to the point where you can't even chew, you can't breathe. All your muscles, yeah, they just stop working. This gentleman was about 50 years old when I started caring for him. I was one of his many nurses and started caring for him. He's a nice gentleman. He had lived in New York, and he said he made his fortune. He was quite wealthy. He told me he made his fortune selling used tires in New York. That's how he started. And then eventually he started selling new tires and also opened a gas station. And the story goes that he told me that he used to spend so many hours, all his waking hours in his business, building the business from scratch, making money, running the business. He did not take time out to enjoy his life. He told me his wife, he had two children, I knew them. By the time I started caring for him, they were adults. But he said his wife would beg him to take some time off. Let's go to Costa Rica. Let's go here. Let's go there, even once a year to get away so we can have some downtime as a family. Let's go to the movies. Let's go take in a show. Let's do this. Let's do that. And no, he was always too busy to take time out to enjoy his family and enjoy himself, too busy making money. Well, several years into the business, he started having some difficulty breathing. and weakness in his muscles. And after a couple of years of diagnostic testing, they did not know what was going on with him. They finally diagnosed him with uh, ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a debilitating disease. It becomes worse. So called, there's no cure. And eventually, he lost all use of his extremities. When I met him, he had had Lou Gehrig's for 15 years, and he was not able to move his legs. He was not able to feed himself. I think the only thing that was functional muscle wise was the ability to chew. He could still chew, but he couldn't breathe on his own. He was on a respirator at home, and hence he had to have 24 nurses because we had to feed him and we had to bathe him, but to change him when he did number one or number two, brush his hair, clean his teeth, and take care of him on the life support or breathing machine. He had to have a catheter in him that would drain the urine continuously, pretty much in a vegetative state. Now, I think you know where I'm going with this. This gentleman had a lot of regrets. He had made a lot of money in New York. He had moved to Florida, bought land when land was cheap, developed the property, sold many, many houses, made millions of dollars. In fact, he lived in a beautiful house in a very nice neighborhood in South Florida, and had developed a community where he built houses from scratch and sold them back. And I worked with him about 23 years ago. So in those days, if you had all of that going on, and he said he never borrowed money, you had some money. You might not have been rich, but you have some wealth. But he had plenty of regrets that he did not take time out to enjoy his life. He should have listened to his wife. Now he has money. They told him that he would have been dead but before the age of 60. And he did die, by the way, before the age of 60. I believe he died at 56. 56, famous, very popular in the community, wealthy, with a wife that was still young. And the wife was very angry because, of course, at a tender age, he was not able to take care of her sexual needs. And so she was very angry. And it showed. And she would state how angry she was and how much she hated him. She said it many times because she said he robbed her of her life, essentially. Where am I going with this? Take time out to enjoy your life. No job, no business is that important. And this story I'm telling you about, I have heard from so many of my patients. Many of my patients in South Florida were from New York who had businesses, who had successful businesses. They had restaurants, gas stations, flower shop, all kind of businesses. They did very well in their business, but they never took time out to enjoy their life, to take a vacation, to smell the roses, to enjoy their family. They were too busy making money to take the time out to enjoy their life. It reminds me of a lady and her husband, Italian family, that a beautiful nightclub and restaurant in the country area of Pennsylvania. A live entertainment. You go there and you really had a great time. And their house was right next door. So we said to them, "Oh, you have such a beautiful house and your business is doing so well." She said, "Too bad because we don't have the time to enjoy it." We don't have the time to enjoy it. Well, we do have the time. We just have to make time. We just have to take time out to enjoy that which we have. Okay? Some people are so buried in their trade, their job, their business, that they don't even know of anything else that they love and that they enjoy. This car in the background here in my video is a toy car, okay? But the thing is that when we're children, we make believe and we dream about racing car. And I'm not saying anybody should go race a car now, but we have dreams and we have visions, and our visions go wild and we imagine things. And then as we become adults, as it were, we stop dreaming and visualizing and envisioning things. We get buried in the jobs and the businesses and making money. Can't take the money with us, and time does fly. So we must take time out to enjoy this life. Find a passion, something that you love to do, and hopefully it's not sitting around watching TV every day. Things that you like to do: gardening, okay, sewing, starting a business, writing a book, music, volunteer in the community to help others. Something. Make your life on this earth count so that at the end you will not have any regrets, unlike my beautiful patients. When they became ill and they were towards the end, they had regrets. They had money. And I remember the gentleman I'm telling you about with the Lou Gehrig's disease. He had a couple of kids. And all they were adults. All they did was waste his money. And they weren't even grateful for what he had given to them. And I'm pretty sure that once the wife died, they probably were going to waste and blow that money because it came easy. They didn't appreciate it. So make time for you. Make time to enjoy life. Find your passion and live your passion. Okay? Acting, something you could do. Dancing, travel. Find a passion and live your passion, because life is so very short. God bless you and take care.